Hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome back to Vampyr.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my good man. Yes, that is what we are doing today. I hope. I sincerely hope so. Um, why is there still new dialogue with... I just left the house, right? Why is there new dialogue to be done? That's... weird scripting is weird. Or weird progression of... Well, anyway. Weird that thing. Also, that's a lot of loading screen for a house. I returned. Can we actually... Can we talk about the luggage option? Also, I'll take everything not nailed down if you don't mind. Let's see. Doesn't seem to have anything of like, you know, bit of money, bit of this, bit of that. But oh, lore note. Personal diary. All this. Well, does anyone feel weird about this? I do a little bit. Okay. 9th of May 1913. Tonight I met with mother visiting the sick. I went with mother visiting the sick of East End. It had been a long time since I went in this sad part of town. To see her talking and listening to those poor people moved me beyond words. She really tries to make a difference and really tries to help these men and women. She also killed one of them tonight. It happened so quickly I did not even notice she had vanished. But when she reappeared, she looked so much more alive, more vivid. I immediately knew what had just happened. She took a life and I saw nothing. We returned home without a word. If I ever become like her, I won't feed on the dying. I will kill the guilty and the brutes wherever they hide. I see. So she wasn't like this always, is apparently the lesson with that one. 13th of September 1914. This afternoon, two men tried to corner me in a back alley while I was campaigning for the women's right to vote. I called for help as loud as I could, like mother told me. I don't know what would have happened if a soldier had not ordered them to leave me alone. He then walked me back home and tried to kiss me. I refused. He did not say a word and left. The whole story made me so sad I was still crying when mother woke up after the night had come. I told her the whole truth and she held me against her chest. Then we went to the theater to see Doris Fletcher in her new play. I think I'm a little bit frustrated that mother did not rush out to make them all pay. If I were a vampire... Yeah, she wasn't one yet, yeah. I would not be that merciful. Yeah, because when the night had come. So basically she wasn't a vampire 4 years ago. Interesting. Meaning she's not that old. Like, you know, choosing furniture and so on. Like, she's, you know... Like, I've been alive longer than she has. I mean, as in Jonathan. And I think me as well. She mentioned, like, 27, right? Which, yes. Right. 15th of September 1914. We had a terrible argument with mother last night, as she refused once again to turn me into an immortal. When I reminded her of what had happened to... I had a thought, but I don't want to voice it just yet. It just came to me a thought. I don't want to voice it just yet, which would be a really cool... okay, I'm gonna voice it just in case it happens, but also because it would be super cool if it did. What if Elizabeth is actually not the author of this diary, but her daughter is? So the lady we've been talking about is actually the mother of the story. That would be a cool twist. That's how I'd make it. and has like the same name and all that. Or at least the same initial of E. When I reminded her of what had happened to me in that street with those two men and how things would have been different if I had been like her or if they had carried weapons, she simply smiled and told me that to be part of this world meant to be ready to face it. I'm not sure I understand what she means, but it drives me crazy. I left home in the middle of the night to see Emily at her house, and I spent the whole day there. Maybe it's time for me to leave Mother's house and live my life, just like Emily. I love Mother so much, but it frustrates me so when she refuses to talk about my conversion. 17th of February 1915. Tonight I am as sad as I'm excited, for I'm about to leave this house for good. Mother has agreed to let me have my own flat in the West End, as long as it is not too far from her house. I had to promise her I would be very careful. I told her how much I love her, and she told me she was proud of me. I understand now that she only wants me to be as strong and independent as she is. I must admit I am very thankful for all she taught me through these years. She made me the woman I am today. Now it's time for me to choose where to go from here. Whatever I'm going to do with my life, it's up to me. All I know is this: if I ever choose to become an immortal, how do you choose it if it's not? I will not involve my mother in my choice, for this is my life and I'm responsible for my actions. Right. Charlotte Ashburn. Damn it! It actually is a sister. Damn it! I thought it would be so much more cool if. No, wait. Yeah. That's sorry, my mind skipped a beat. Yeah, that works exactly right. Yeah. Sorry, my mind was. Yes, good, works. Haha. So I guessed right. Cool. Dracula. To the inspiring Lady Ashbury, there are darknesses in life and there are lights, and you are one of the lights. The light of all lights. Bram Stoker, 4th of August, 1897. Damn. Cool.
It's locked.
Hi. Is it interesting to look at the cupboard? I found the diary of your daughter. Can I take the... You're in front of me looting your cupboards, lady. Lady, could you just move a little bit? Move. Move. Thank you. Boom. So new dialogue. Let's just quickly see about this.
Hello again, Jonathan. To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Sorry to disturb you again, but could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days. But the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent. Much like her mother.
Right.
Concerning your investigation,
Yes?
are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Were you researching by looking at the cupboard? It looked very intense.
Do you think we shall ever see better days? Or at least better nights?
Oh, surely.
I know not, Jonathan. I have seen some horrid days in my long lifetime. Experience has taught me that one cannot outrun the fates.
Will you tell me your story one day, Lady Ashbury?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Right. Well, I mean, pretty soon there'll be like night flights, and she'll be fine, you know, traveling. So there is that. Okay, cool. I think I checked all the. I think that's all to be done here. Cool. And out. Do 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 do. Loading, loading, loading. Hi. And here we... Ooh. There's more dialogue with Swansea again. I mean, I could now go there, but, I mean... I did talk to Lady Ashbury, which might have spawned an enemies, though. But if there are no enemies, then this is a really easy thing to run to him. I suppose I could, like, just... That doesn't quite work. But, like, on the other end of that, pier, there is the hospital, eventually. Poplar Faubourg. But, like, unless there's people here, which there doesn't seem to be, we're good. Cool. Good, 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 good. Okay, Swansea. Swansea. We need to have a word, apparently.
I have wasted too much energy.
Hi.
Hello, Jonathan. Back from the city already? How is the situation over there?
Tense, to say the least.
I'm sure every obstacle will cede to your relentless determination. In the meantime, can I be of any help?
You have dialogue to do.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
Oh, the legendary founder of the Ascalon Club. I'm afraid I cannot help you with that, Jonathan.
Are you afraid of him? Is he that dangerous?
No, but since most ancient vampires were killed or fled England during the Great Hunt of 1850, he may be the oldest British vampire. A myth in the flesh, so to speak.
So you do know him?
All the Brotherhood knows about him is highly confidential. He is dangerously intimate with the royal family and Britain's inner circles.
I see.
Did you know that Lady Ashbury is an artist? And rather a good one?
Well, actually, yes. I attended an exhibition of her paintings before the war. Beautiful landscapes and stunning portraits. I wish I had purchased one.
Perhaps we could go to her next exhibition, you and I.
What a beautiful idea, Jonathan. Did you know she told me once she had been a model for famous painters? But she never told me which ones.
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
A sad story, my dear friend. Tragic, in fact. The Brotherhood was betrayed by some of its most trusted members.
Why was it a tragedy?
Not only did the Guard of Prewen hunt down and kill most ancient vampires of England, they also destroyed or confiscated their possessions. Priceless knowledge was lost in just a few nights.
Tell me about the betrayal.
The founders of the Guard of Priwen stole precious and unique documents and reports from the Brotherhood's library when they left. They used them to identify and locate their next targets.
I see.
I shall return later.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, a bunch of people to find there, that's for sure. Well, let's go. I did also see there was a couple of hunters, hi. Below the bridge there. And it is otherwise a really good way to reach there, so I figured I might as well do this. Hi. Eat this thing. Nom 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 nom. There, he went for a swim in the end. I'm sure it's refreshing. Tell me how if the water's fine. Okie dokie. There we are. And then we start investigating the district, seeing people, I hope. And I have to destroy the same boxes every time, apparently. I sense up. There. Hideout, hideout, yes. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. The Vampyr Club. Do you think vampires hide in the dodgy areas and the hovels of London? No, they hide in the highest clubs and fancy houses of the West End. I know for a fact that some of them rule the Empire in secret. They have a club. They have public figures. They have balls and fancy parties. They aim to control the country and our destinies. We must reveal them for what they are, greedy enemies of mankind, born into this world to bring us all into the eternal darkness of hell. You know them, but you don't dare to pronounce their names. I will soon, and everybody in London will know the name of the Vampyr Club. Clarence Crossley. For more information, please contact me directly. We'll see. Do I need to make anything? I don't think so. Can't think of anything, at least. And this opens into the other side of whatever it was. Right. Actually, I've been to this one. In that tree was the dead, the decoy body. I don't remember if the character was important, but still, yeah. The decoy body Mary killed. I thought I saw one of you. Hi. There we go. Boom. An aggressive tactic, but it works. Right, and then that direction turns back away again. Right, so this area as such is not yet the NPC place. The NPC place is probably here. Yeah, that makes more sense. Or at least, or that explains why there's so, like, you know, vampire hunters even here and now. But I'm still puzzled by the dude who attacked me. Was he just like, do we not, like, have... Question... I don't remember the exact gate that led to here. Was it that one that's open, or... It looks like, yeah, I think so. Yeah, seems like. Okay. Yeah, I'll worry about cleaning up the streets if again I want to try to really desperately get the XP from the combat. We'll see about that. Yeah. Are the big boys gonna just be an enemy type now? That's what it looks like. Damn. A fighty scene. For sure. "24 resistant to mind, very resistant to..." Or... you know... I can just let them clean each other up out before I go forward, but they are taking their sweet time though. But he is doing damage to them, yeah? Or maybe not, like the health bars aren't moving anymore, I feel. At least not until I came close, apparently. But what is... Why do you want to fight me? I'm confused. I just wanted to say hi. Cool beard, bruh. But yeah, that's just more hunters. But yeah, I don't... At least at this point, there doesn't seem to be much of anything to be gained from, like, doing... like, scouring these places. It's curious, though, why do the vampires attack me as well? That's odd to me. Are they just, like, feral, or what? That's a nice car. Can I have that one? Right. That just looks like plague quarantine notices.
I cannot enter.
Oh, so I need to go like through the... Okay. From like the northern side, from here. And probably meet some friends along the way as well, but you know. Is there a purpose to me going up here? Blood Econ. So that's just a mob type then. And he's really stuck in a truck. See, I helped you. Now you're no longer stuck in the truck. Oh, sorry, yes you are. I thought I might help. Yes, yes, yes. Listen.
There's one of them! There's one of them!
Right.
This is now my domain, young Ekon!
Well, I mean, you can have the clipped inside of the truck as your domain. That's all well and good. I don't mind, but are you sure that's all you want in life? You know. Also, again, the combat screen clips through the world environment, the like objects in the environment. It's very odd. Like, see that. That I think it's intentional to avoid, or like it's probably meant to avoid like to make an obstacle between you and the scene of the combat, right? It still looks very weird. Well, now he's twerking in the truck. It's great. See, it's fine. Wow. Oh damn. Oh, that does look a little worrisome. Sir, are you okay? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okie dokie. But yeah, from this direction, I saw the holy boy, but again, I'll clean the streets if I need the XP for a fight, because fighting for the sake of fighting is not the funnest thing in this game. It's super not the meat and potatoes of why this game is fun. It's literally like the fighting is the least fun part, mostly. And the abyss move is fun, but mostly, you know, the fighting is a bit of a chore. And also super unrewarding to boot. Like, you know, there's nothing to be gained from fighting apart from 5 XP per kill. And I can't go to a blood vision apparently. That's interesting. Also, I can't run anymore. I think I was supposed to look at the scene with the vampire hunters.
The vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
But it does take floaty objects in the world apparently. 28 level people. Eesh. Holy smokes. Ill-formed, dazzled skull. I mean that is what Crane became, I think. So. Level 28, huh? I don't know. Don't know about that.
It's locked.
Boo. Still no fall damage. Seems. Okie dokie. Hi. Oh, wrong door. I mean, sure, it's good to open the door and all, but not what I wanted, where I needed to go.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
I don't know. A district of more combat is not the most exciting thing to explore, I'm gonna be honest. Because, again, the fighting is not the fun part of the game. Ugh. I got careless, yeah, but it's just like I'm so not interested when fighting happens. I don't. It's not interesting to do. It's not like, again, in Dark Souls where you go into a hard spot and you get, you know, hit because the enemy is difficult. I got careless because I don't care. I've kind of reached a point where I don't want to do the fighting anymore. Like, it's just not fun. Like, it feels bad to fight, and I hate fighting the big boys because they don't stagger, and it's just like you're trading shots, and it takes forever, and you're just like, could you please just go away? Ugh. It's super not fun. It's remarkably not fun.
Steady, boys! I ain't got one of them!
And it's an art, it's an interesting idea to make you underleveled if you're, you know, not killing the NPCs and all. But again, when the combat isn't fun to do, it sort of breaks it breaks the concept of the challenge of it, you know. Ugh. I'm less frustrated at dying than just like I'm frustrated that it just I'm so not interested in exploring a war zone or a fight zone. It's just like I don't give a crap. I don't want to do the fighting anymore.
The Ascalon Club, the heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Only the first step.
Where shall I eat tonight?
Right. Very Silent Hilly music in a way. Like it.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think
I think she's sarcastic, right?
What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed.
Yes.
I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Right. Healthy. Good.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yeah.
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Who knows, like, she's a very old vampire, how she's hunted in her past, but according to her, she doesn't do that, so at least not now, not here.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste, even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich?
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Interesting. I wouldn't have pegged Dr. Reed as a like a richness apologist of, but we give to charity, because that argument doesn't fly. Like, if you're willing to give to charity, then why not pay that exact same amount in taxes instead? Or, there, like, that's very come on now.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Yes.
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch.
Top-notch.
I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia.
And in
But
Finland.
women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte.
I believe by this point
I
that
have
was a
shared
thing in
your
Finland
opinion
already.
For a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Right.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
How did you meet her?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
I'm like imagining in my mind what would be a good age to tell a child that you're a vampire, because on the one hand, when she's older she might understand it better, but on the other hand, if she knew at a younger age, she might consider it more like normal, in that she just accepts it as that's just what it is, But then again, at ages of 10 and so, she might babble to the other children more likely than as and let's say an older child, if you will. So I don't know.
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Oh. I mean, honestly, maybe. but like, you know.
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe
haven't
she
met any
thinks the same
Ekon before,
about
though.
You, Dr. Reed.
Like any other vampire I've met only a number of Skal. Some of the Skal sentient, one executioner big boy, and then a couple of fighty dudes in the street just a couple of blocks away. But no like talky vampires beyond Ashcroft. Assuming none of the other NPCs are secretly vampires, which surely could be the case. Oh, we have a bunch of...
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one's side.
Like, her motivation and so on does strike a point. The only issue being that then you can't do it during the daytime. And would, like, you know, have to, by the very least, you know, assuming that one has to at some point drink blood. That one can't just forever not. Like, at least then one would need to kill rats and so on.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage, just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Damn. Okay, I am not gonna just mess with this as in Lady Ashcroft is... I consider her a friend.
Stop playing this game at once, Charlotte. This is unworthy of you, of your mother, and of myself.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed. Please forgive me. That was stupid.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
Don't you trust her?
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
So you say your mother will read your name on the tombstone, but you still intend to become immortal somehow. So which?
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few
And again,
nights.
a little too busy on the
Suspect you may see
movement
her
side
before
to
me.
side, you know. I feel. Hi.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed.
I'm
Welcome
Doctor.
to my humble shop.
I'm Doctor. I'm Jonathan Reed. Oh, he's the shopkeeper. I thought he was just like looking at the vegetables. Oh, I see. Healthy, healthy.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
Are you that blind? I've seen hundreds of victims piled up in this city each week.
Mr. Reed, please. Why are you so angry? I did not mean anything by it.
Hint fail. Fuck off, game. That is so bad. Again, how could I have known to guess the correct choice there? And it's not always about just being nice or not nice or a tiny bit. It's not. That's not the. I've had cases before where I need to just like take a blind guess on like how. Well, why do you think I have this phobia? And a blind guess, and it just hint failed. Fuck. That is such terrible game design. Fuck. Damn. Why would you? Oh. No. That is so bad. That sucks so. Ah. For the love of.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the...
Actually. Does that autosave then and there? I'm genuinely curious. It probably does, but still. Like, I almost feel like throwing the controller. That's so bad. Why would you do it like that? Especially when it's relatively... It's rare enough that the game lets you think it's gonna be fine again, that it's not gonna do that again, and then just like, oh, here's another one of these why questions. Okay, we've had plenty, it should be fine. And then you guess one of the three which they all sound basically the same anyway, whatever. And then it's just like, "Lol, hint failed! Failed! You'll never learn this hint about this person ever again! Fuck this. Why, game? Why?" Yep. That sucks. That sucks so bad. Why would you do that? Why? Game, why? In a game about the dialogue, the NPCs, the learning about the NPCs, that sort of a story focus, why the fuck would you make it so that that you just randomly have about 5% or something probably of these you know, dialogue choice moments with the bloody why? And if you just happen to blindly guess wrong, hint, thing failed, you'll never learn this ever. You'll never learn this. Never ever. Restart the game from scratch. Fuck. Like, this is such terrible game design. Why would you do it like this? Like, it's such a kneecapping notion to the concept of the, like, how the NPCs operate and how the story focuses on the NPCs and their backstories. Why would you do it like this? Why? Fuck. That's so goddamn bad. Okay, moving on.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great...
No, not a great night. It sucks.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
Really? That's a quest.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful.
Are you not
Oh, I'm sure your thought...
Oh, I get to this one, though. What is... Okay.
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimating the situation. Things are critical, believe me.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
I see.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Je ne sais quoi.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
I see.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
Right. Okay. Good.
I
Trade.
may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Good handle parts might come in handy for sure. But again, I'd love to find some, but I might need to buy them. I feel like I've gotten quinine every once in a while, but clove essence. Right. But yeah, that I cannot overstate how much that sucks that it's designed that way. A random guess at dialogue scenes and oink! Failed.
Remember,
Fuck.
don't let any strangers come into your house.
Hi.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Migraine.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
What do you mean?
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
I see.
What is this new battle?
Vampire
I saw
battle.
terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
I see.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny. I didn't want to sound selfish.
I see.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
Okay.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
I'm not the man I used to be either.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
Okay. Well, at least I cured an issue, so...
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Okie dokie. Right.
Please, sir. Whether you need to buy something or not,
Well, I suppose I might as well just go in here and have a chat with the big cheese. I have the time. I feel like Shadow Veil, some enemies including blind scouts and breachers will feel your presence while using this ability. I see. I see. I see.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
And some dead hunters are in the foreground.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Doctor.
There has been
Right.
quite a battle here.
Yes. Quite
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Right. But I'll just check the cupboards anyway in case you don't have the money, so I can so I know if you don't. Yes, it's important scouting work. Oh. So, back door outside or cellar or what? I didn't expect that to have a trend. I didn't look at the icon before I pressed it, you know? I just assumed it was a door into like a different room, not like a loading screen. Yep, back door outside. I was not expecting. Oh, sorry, gotta go back. I accidentally stepped outside and had to sit through a loading screen to do it too. Sorry. Ugh. Oh well. Okie dokie. Well, let's get upstairs then and see all this stuff and good dagger, sure. A blood absorption. Oh right, yeah. I feel like as an offhand weapon, the stun for biting seemed more useful.
It's locked, all right.
Let's see. Screw and shillings and stuff and stuff. Nothing like extraordinary beyond the dagger, maybe, but do 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 do. There we are. Looking for stuff and stuff and stuff. Oh, hi.
Good evening.
Those two look like the same guy. The ones on the right. And the one on the and the other one on the left too looks like the same guy as well. Like three of the same guy. You know, the short black hair, and the same with the dude at the door.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here.
Right.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you.
Like that I died
Please
10
accept
times.
my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
I've only known her for like 6 days.
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity.
I literally chose the option that doesn't say we're close friends. And then she just starts with, yes, she is a good friend. And I'm like... like, they ask me, is she a good friend of yours? And the two options I are, yes, she's a close friend, or I admire her. And I go for the I admire her to try to, like, just sort of sidestep the question in a and the options are, yes, she's a close friend, or I admire her. And he then and I choose I admire her, and then he says, yes, she is a good friend. And I'm come on.
And her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is immortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why now?
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Garda Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
I mean...
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
Cool.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
Okay.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
I see.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
Right.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
Right. I mean, I am kind of like, I have questions, yeah, but I can't choose not to join. Do I have quite a list of reservations of joining a club that is, that's purpose seems to be to serve and uphold the British Empire, and especially in these, in the days of these, I think it's still, that's not exactly a clear-cut, morally good choice. Let's put it that way. As in history, the British have done quite a number of bad, in the sense of the empire, so. Okie dokie. And also of the fact that they're weirdly antiquated for, undead people's, with the no women thing, because the specific biological things that happen and don't happen in vampires, especially in different sorts of different fictional vampires operate differently from other fictional vampires. There's biological differences between the vampires in say Anne Rice novels, Bram Stoker stuff, Underworld movies, this game, Vampire the Masquerade, so on, so on, so on. But I just somehow venture to it feels weird to differentiate by gender by the point of being undead, but I don't know.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news.
Or after the point
good
of
news indeed in these
undead.
crucial times. Let's inform the assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country.
Mm-hmm.
My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Again, 3 of the same guy. That's so weird.
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now.
I
Do you
would
serve
like
and
an
protect
ice
the crown
cream.
as he did?
Can I choose anything?
Yes, I will.
Somehow it would seem
Then,
fitting to
young
be able to.
Ekon,
But...
it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Okie dokie.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
I mean, again, I I gathered that those two might be twins, just different hair color or something. Like this dude and this
I
dude.
personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign
But then there's
echoes.
also
This
this
is
here.
an outrage.
That guy
We shall chase these intruders down.
and then the door man, they look all so similar. Like they all like not only do they have the same like facial features, but I think at least 2 of them have the same hair. Like literally the same hair, like right down to the tiny strand on the forehead. And the third one is also not far from that. It's a little different this one, but that dude on like with the darker coat, so not this one, but that dude and this dude look exactly the same, right down to every hair strand. It's madness. Like there's like 5 like apart from me, there's 6 people in this room. 4 of them look extremely similar, and I think 2 of them are exactly identical. Like right down to the clothing, the hair, the face. That's so weird. That's so eerie. They're the exact same guy. Why would you couldn't just render one more guy?
Lord Redgrave is outside almost every
That's so
night
weird.
coordinating our defenses. Good evening.
Attack of the Clones. Yep, Jacobs, hi, welcome.
Figuratively.
This game, man, this game. I missed the...
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club
I hope your day has been
tried
good.
and
Welcome.
tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals.
Wait. Beating heart. The heart of Ashbury was super beating in that cutscene where we touched her chest. And she is a vampire. We have established this beyond a shadow of a doubt. Again, the writing of the dialogue doesn't fit the game. Like, all the time these weird things keep on popping up. In questline writing and all kinds of stuff. It just doesn't hold together. Like, they were just like in different rooms doing different things, these people.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Okay.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
Are you a member of the club?
I mean, I
Yes,
feel like
I
we
am.
established this, but...
And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
Are you sick?
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about it?
It's
Vampire
not really
groupie,
my
yeah.
place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
I just realized I can't check his medical state, so...
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson. Of Dawson and Dawson. The wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
Okie dokie.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewin?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
As a member of the Ascalon Club, I don't know. But then again, the point of the club is to hold the Empire's things, not as such vampires, I suppose, but sure.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Are you sure? I've killed like 200 vampire hunters right down the street. Like, brute force worked fine. I have a hacksaw and everything. It's fine.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall. To isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
Oh god. This is the second time the game has mentioned wall, and if I'm like, yeah, I suppose we're going that direction then. Okay. Oh boy. Number one, none of these options fit what because we're talking about an epidemic, and I think we've established that a physical wall is as in we already have quarantine barricades. A physical wall won't change much more than that, and it's the diseases have still gone through. Like, it's not a you need to cure the actual disease. The wall is, I mean, just not helpful, man. Not in the way you think it would be. Like, okay, we will now isolate everyone from them and we'll be fine. That has a tendency of not working in the end. I'm gonna say dangerous.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos.
I have no idea what I was gonna say.
Gets past the wall. The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear.
Do we know that?
Sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Right, but by your own logic, we could then argue that, okay, you are shaking, you seem like you have difficulty, holding yourself together, which I conclude is a symptom of becoming one of the ghouls of the disease, so we can just then shoot you in the face. By his own logic. That's the problem. Second problem, do we know that there's no do we know there's no asymptomatic spread of this specific, or there might be two diseases even, both the actual flu and the ghoul stuff, which I think there might be, or at least, or it wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility to believe that as well. And what do we know about the spread of the ghoul disease beyond that? Oh, there's ghouls. Like, how is it contracted? Is it droplets? Is it airborne? Is it in the water? Is it like is it viral, bacterial? Does it? We've theorized it has something to do with the blood, but again, that good old Victorian eugenics. Mm-hmm.
Have you heard the rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city? What is this new malevolence?
I'm curious about
Skulls
that.
have been spotted everywhere in London. We are losing this fight.
We'll go out and fight them with a hacksaw then. You're a vampire, for crying out loud. I'm one, and I've killed many. It's fine. Hi. So we already talked to Redgrave, but they don't want to talk to... I just check if there's anything to steal, basically. Doesn't look like it, because I... Foul humor is naturally bad smells in the air. Yes, it's spread by the miasma. Yes, that's the word. Ugh. Oh boy. Well, let's talk.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Right.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Mm-hmm.
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building.
That's not what I was asking,
But
man.
once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Fergal attacked me. How would... Bleh.
Who was Fergal? I don't see
Come on.
him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
What about the wolf-like monsters?
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Right.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Skulls.
Some of them are peaceful.
I have met peaceful and wise Skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Oh, mesmerized level, that's how it works, right.
Coordinating our defenses.
Chapter 4. Find sources of infection. Question citizens about infection. Cool. Okay, again, Arthur Plembenton, this dude with this hair, and then give us a minute while I find the actual room again. And then this completely different but same dude with the same hair. And this completely different dude but the same dude with the same hair. Like... like for a hot second I at least thought that one of these two would have walked down and become Arthur Pemberton. But nope, there's 3 of them that are exactly the same guy. He might have a different shirt, but it's the same exact guy. That's actually odd because so far the NPCs before this point haven't been copy-paste. Like the hunters and zombies, yes, but not like the actual people. Well, I mean, sure, the sewer scouts who I couldn't talk to, sure, but like, still. I find this very, very...
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
Wait, is it also the exact same shirt, though? Don't turn around on me. It's just dark enough to see, but I don't think he's wearing a thing in it. Yeah. No, there is something. There is a tiny rose on the thing. It's really hard to see, but when he turns into the light, there's a tiny bit of red there. Yeah, it's the exact same guy right down to the clothes again, just in a more darker room, and there's 3 of them. Wow. Do they have names, or is it just like... I can't let this go. This is so funny. I am obsessed. I can't let this go. Lord Sheffield and Lord Hutchinson. They're even named people and they're the exact same guy. I'm obsessed. I know, yes. But, like, I have... I can't... Oy. That's such a weirdly obvious... I don't know. I don't know. Could we rename this conflict the Clone Wars? Because we clearly have some. Someone call Disney if we can borrow that.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Well, I mean, I would imagine that's already kind of established by the means of, like, he appears to me as a horned moose man, you know? Do you know anything about the epidemic, lady?
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Cool.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Go knock on her door. She lives not far, you know, like one street. Oh, question. Can I open the way back to, because it's a little bit of a run to go always around. Second question, is there enemies in this area yet? Usually they're a little gated from the NPCs, so I shouldn't expect there to be. This probably unlocks the door. Yeah. Boom. I couldn't go into the other way, so yeah. Got it. So that quote-unquote shortcut is now... Oh, trash can! There you are. Who throws money in a trash can? That's interesting. Ooh. Aha. I've read that leaflet before, or poster. Lots of trash cans, not much else to... Oh! I see. Hi.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor.
Do you need an umbrella?
Dr. Jonathan Reed.
It's raining.
I'm Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
A voice is telling you... You have to admit the game's level design is very good. Visually, yes, absolutely. Like the visual style of creating the two, like, I have so many notes about why this game has so many grievous issues, but two of them that are not issues: excellent soundtrack. This game is excellent in building the atmosphere of its world, in visual style, in soundtrack, and how the levels look. That's excellent. That is mwah. That is so good. Almost everything else I have grievous notes about, but that stuff is really good.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones. Their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Tell me about the voice in your head. Does he have a noise gate? Is the mic good quality?
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me, or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
Wait, but if the voice keeps telling you to eat rats, wouldn't it be good if it abandons you? I'm confused. The games I find can we press X to doubt the healthy? I'm like, Ladies and gentlemen, healthy. Right.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
Right.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
I'm hungry. Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reed?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. Before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
Tell me about the neighborhood.
Hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark.
There's something very funny about like the dialogue structure of I feel the need to eat the rats, their flesh, their bones, their tasty juicy rat bones, the voices keep telling me to eat the rat bones. And I'm like, tell me about the neighborhood. Can you tell me about like what's around in this neighborhood? Oh god.
Suffering. Death.
Oh god. Personal questions. I have a lot of personal questions, but apparently nothing unlocked.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
Infection. Infection. The rats carry it.
He's had an empathy lobotomy.
Rats and rats.
Seems
Many
so.
rats around that big house. Funny smell too. Dead flesh.
And where is this house?
West of the park. Not very far. A big house with no sound, no light, no life left.
Huh, she actually had a clue. Cool. Healthy. Oh boy.
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Have you played this game yourself, or just wondering, J Crips, like have you seen it before? Yeah, okay, because you may notice I have very grievous notes about the game. I enjoy playing it, still, but I have a lot of notes about it. Like, you know, the usual stuff is like people don't like the combat, and I feel the combat is definitely a chore. But I have other like, I almost threw a controller. Just again, because I cannot accept the fact that you meet these people, right? You talk to them, right? You exhaust the dialogue options, right? That's what you're supposed to do. That's how you get information on them. That's how you gain possibly even a quest. And every once in a while, the game throws you then into the Y-shaped dialogue things of like the red Y in the middle and then the dialogue thing, right? Which the game sort of says that they're the consequential choices. 19 out of 20 times they're meaningless. Like it's just you choose a thing means nothing. But every once in a while, you get thrown into one of them. All the options are basically similar or like they seem like just like, okay, blindly take one of these. And then the game just says, wrong! Lol! You blindly chose wrong. Hint failed. Never getting it again. Start the game over if you want to get the hint. I am having, like, problems accepting that that got greenlit in the development room. Like, I am so upset that every once in a while I get thrown into a blind guess of like, okay, take one of these. Failed! Never getting the background story of this person. Why? I'm doing what the game is literally teaching me to do, to just talk to these people. And then just like random throw a guess about it and then just failed! Failed! Lol, you guessed fail wrong. Hint failed, never getting it again. I'm like, what? Like, in a game this focused on the intricate NPC things, that is literally kneecapping your own mechanic in the face. Like, what are you doing? Just random guesses which just like, oh, then you won't find out the backstory of these people. Like, what? Why? Why? I'm so weirded. What? Like, it's such a strange bad choice that I can't. Why? Oh, that's her again. I've even had one scenario where the game, again with the exact same amount of lol, threw me into a blind guess where I personally worked through with logic what made the most sense to me. I guessed that, and the game failed hints of 2 people on me on that blind wrong choice, and I'm like, cool, thanks game. I'm so... I can't. It's why I'm just... And I can't reason out why that mechanic is in there. Like, it is literally... I still play. Yes! I don't usually quit games quite that easily. I have plenty of grievous issues with this. But I am interested to... Because when the story does some cool twists, they're really cool twists, they might not make sense all the time, but still. I enjoy the look, I enjoy the atmosphere. I have a soft spot for Eurojank games, to an extent. Like, I love the janky Sherlock Holmes games. I recently, some months ago, I did The Sinking City, which has similarly very janky issues in it than this one has. But the charm still sort of comes through, you know? But, like, one grievous issue in a game is not good enough to, like, let me just, like, quit it. Like, I want to finish the game. I want to see where this goes. I want to have a full opinion of it in conversation later if someone asks me about the game. Okay, I don't... Your skirt is having a moment there, lady. You might want to... It's windy, apparently. Wonder where else to find NPCs. I'm just like, I'm puzzled by the mechanic. I like, how does that choice get made? Like, it's so odd. Ooh, door. Have I played Council? Yes, I have.
Is anyone there?
I have absolutely played and finished the Council, yes.
I did not know you were back in London. Oh,
Is Council made by this...
I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
But isn't the Council made by the Big Bad Wolf studio? Whatever that is. And this is Don't Nod, right? Or am I missing something? they're both published by Focus Home, but that's Big Bad Wolf. I went to the Big Bad Wolf studio page and I see Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. Interesting. Now I'm curious. Swan Song. What's that? Narrative coming 2021. Okay, I didn't know that. Now I know. But yeah, this studio made Remember Me, Life is Strange 1 and 2. Although I have a working theory that the Don't Nod studio was split into two different groups in the office, where one part worked with Life is Strange and the other part worked in this. Simply because this one has a glitched out dialogue wheel, which I'm like, from the makers of Life is Strange, your dialogue wheel doesn't check off the options correctly. Interesting. And this has very grievous grammatical errors everywhere in the lore texting, which Life is Strange does not. Which I find very, like, at least the proofread person surely isn't the same person as in the Life is Strange games, because Life is Strange games has no grammatical errors in the lore text, as far as I remember. Like, sure, beyond, like, you know, teenagers texting, but that's, like, intentionally, like, human speak. But that's different. Bretrock, hi! Welcome! I hope your day has been good, and hello. Yes.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes.
Spare me.
For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan.
Never liked this game with all the dialogue. I don't like the combat. The dialogue is, to me, fine. I am a talky game person, it's fine.
I remember when Mary came here with her.
Combat too. Yeah. The combat is a bit of a chore for sure. I have many thoughts about, but I still find it charming in many ways though. And I'm very curious to see how this game, you know, ends up and what's the overall, you know, story gonna be like. How have I been? I'm hanging in there day by day as the last few weeks and so on. That's basically it. The Lost Library. Do vampires have allies among the living? Yes, they do. They call themselves the Brotherhood, and they serve their immortal masters in many ways, probably in exchange for privileges and knowledge. Somewhere in London, the seat of their power, where their secret council conspire against us. I call it the Lost Library. It is a place where these traitors gather many occult and lost books. I personally offer £1,000 to the first who can give me the proof of the existence of this library and its exact location. Clarence Crossley for more information. Right. Good to hear. Right.
It's locked, all right.
And I hope you're well too. Or, like, you know, I hope everyone is as well as can be. It's probably a good way to put it in every day. Yes, because I that's how I try to, you know. Do I just... Before I go anywhere there, if I can, I should probably talk to the NPC first. Hi, now that I've emptied everything that's not nailed down, let's have a conversation.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece
Oh, Venus.
Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
Hmm.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences for your sister.
Oh, right. Thanks.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden. And I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Even though it got pushed back, I can't wait for Bloodlines 2. Me too. And again, it obviously it's always, you know, a bummer if a game needs to be pushed back, but it's better to have it finished and working and polished instead of releasing it early and too glitchy and not working, you know? Like, it's like, let it finish. If it needs time to be done, then take the time to make it done. That's all good.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Right. How have you been?
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
I played the first Bloodlines and it always was glitchy and crashed on me and got sick of it. Right, I have it too, and I've played it. I've played it multiple times and once all the way through, or twice. At least once all the way through, yeah. It was glitchy and it has had some really weird glitches on me, and I did play it without the fan patches and so on. So it was, you know, as glitchy as it, you know, is. But I have the physical copy on here somewhere. So played that and played through it and enjoyed it a lot for sure. Okie dokie.
Venus,
Swear
why
to
do you
me.
worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
I see. Okay,
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Interesting.
Goodbye for now.
You know that you are always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a night owl these days. Oh, they do isolate them into different things. How cool. How cool. Okie dokie.
At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
Okay, back then I played tabletop Vampire RPG and was happy to see it made it into it. Yeah. I also I never got around to trying the other one. Redemption. I never tried that. I might have it on Steam, I don't remember. But I never got around to trying it. I have no idea if it's a good game. I actually, I at least I haven't heard it's terrible, but like the one before Bloodlines. And then there's also a visual novel game. I forget the name. That I haven't played, but I'm sort of curious to just like for the sake of trying it to see what it's like.
You know that you're always welcome here.
But you know.
But at this hour of night?
Okie dokie. Right. Let's see if we can have the time to... They're both a little off the way, but that's probably closer. So like a left here, straight up. Be nice if White Wolf would make a werewolf game and introduce those clans. Oh, I don't really know almost anything about werewolves, yeah. Because my understanding of stuff is basically vampire bloodlines. Oh wait, that's the wrong. This is the back door into the Ascalon Club. Or what's it called again? This is the rat lady. Cool. Can't do anything to her yet. I'm wondering, can I talk to her about him about Nah. Okay. Do you know anything?
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
I see.
You need some red.
Right.
Women of all countries unite!
Right.
Support the equality between men and women!
Here? Probably. Locked.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
Yeah, but...
It's locked.
Oh, do I just go... Go... What? Oh! Sorry, Oops. Misclick. I made a blood barrier by accident. Oopsie daisy. Might as well heal my aggro damage though. There you go. Sounds like a bad weekend, lady. Oh, there's one of those too. Oh, goody, goody. Those suck. There you go. Right. Maybe I should just go buy the good handle parts, because this is getting ridiculous. Like, my damage is nothing. One, two... There you go. I want a better reward for the combat and just like, hey, here's another of these blood samples. Like these fights are so lots of work. You know? Lots of that. Oh, that's another shortcut door. Don't need to go here, though. And more about... Did I find the Braille? I didn't look for it yet, no. I know it's in the district somewhere, but I have been focusing on the main quest line for a bit. Here? There? Yeah. Boom. That is a very distractingly marked thing in the map, if I can say so. Because I feel no other interior in the buildings are marked as a street, like, just to go. That's a very weird way to put the map. That's distracting. Although I suppose it did lead me here, but like make it a different color or something, because... Like it led me to look for a way here, but still it's a... I thought it would be like at a street level that like just a go, you know? Right. Gotta heal some aggro damage while I'm here. Also, I hope your day has been good. I believe... Right, good. I'm a little discombobulated. My mind is a mush again, it seems. Okay. Oh, hi. Hi. I super need to do a big stun eat. It took all of my stamina, but it eventually worked, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. My life is leaving my body at quite the pace. Wow. Explain to me how this is supposed to happen, huh? Wow. That is, cheap, as I call that. Very cheap. Like, I feel I wasn't given the tools to deal with that fight. Like, yeah, I'm underleveled, but even with that. Okay. I have to admit this game is kinda exhausting me. Like, I refuse to take responsibility for that death. It's just like, they have bigger numbers, therefore you die. And hard overtime aggro damage like that is just like, what do you expect me to do with that? Just die. Again, that damage, what the hell, man? How? What do you expect from me with this? Again, resisted my stun attack. Why? Why is that a thing? How do I resist bite attacks, huh? Why? Why? Why is that a thing? Why can't he just, like, choose to resist when I do the— Fuck you! Fuck off! Again, why does he resist my stun attack? What? I've been pet peeving about that the entire game. Why is that a thing? Like, the stun attack is a thing you're supposed to be fucking able to do, and game's like, nope, he resisted it because lol lol lol. For no goddamn reason. Combat sucks so goddamn much. Like, all the challenge comes from cheap garbage that just makes no fucking sense. Would you fall over? Ugh. Again, difficult combat in a combat system that sucks ass is not a good idea. Oof. Yeah, I'm making the choice of making it more difficult because I'm not eating people, I know. But that doesn't change the fact that difficult combat in a combat system that's terrible is not the way to go. Dark Souls combat is difficult, but it's okay because the combat is actually very well made. Here it's barely an afterthought, and it's like, well, let's just up the difficulty while having a trashy combat system. That doesn't make a good game. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm eating all the rats for one.
This thirst for blood.
And we're gonna be thirsting for that blood for a little bit because I need to fill my things here. I'm actually curious that doesn't. Oh, there you are. I'm curious why that doesn't heal aggro damage. It's still blood, you know. But yeah, like, I find it so stupid that sometimes the enemies can just choose to resist your stun attack. I can't. They have a block move. I don't. Like, I can parry with the big weapon, yeah. But they have a block move, stay in block, and I can't hit them. I don't have one of those. Why can't I have one of those? Like, they don't play with the same rules I do, and I find that to be really not good. Again, it reminds me of Code Vein, the anime Dark Souls game, where all of the bosses, somewhere, well, most of the bosses, or maybe even all of them, somewhere in the midpoint of the fights, they tend to go into this sort of, like, they just stand in place. Nothing's, like there's nothing visually weird going on. They stand in the place and you go, oh, opening, and you just go hit them, and then they take no damage. And you're like, why don't they take damage now? And the game is like, it doesn't take damage. And I'm like, yeah, but why? And the game is like, the game doesn't take, the boss won't take damage. And I'm like, right. And then it's, and then it's apparently because the boss is like doing a like a transition pose into the next phase. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm hitting it with my sword. Logic dictates it would take damage, especially like it doesn't create like a shield, it just stands there. I'm like, this is the same thing. You just, oh, it was doing, it was intending to do a move, so he resists your stun attack for no reason. And I'm like, can I do that? No?
I can't believe.
And by what logic does that stun resist happen? It's just, why? Okay, but there's still something to be, like, found here, right? Right. Do I just, like, need to kill all of the skull, or what? No, wait, that's just the way out again. That's not helpful. This door? Yes. Hello. Boss fight galore. Remarkable pump action shotgun. I'm curious. .352. It has less damage than my shotgun does, though, and only one bigger magazine. Wow. I mean, yeah, I might be able to up the. Well, I need to see about like upping the damage in the via the small things. Okay. Oh boy. I sensed some nasty looking health bars right then and there. Hi. Oh boy. This is gonna be a bad time. Nom 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 nom. Let's see if we can utilize our cheap tactics again, because this looks like a problem. There. That's one down, and that's hopefully gonna help me quite a lot. Fall over, please, lady. Resisted. She resisted a bullet, because that's how it works. Ugh. She resisted a bullet. I don't know what to tell you about that. I believe I saw the bite icon and then it went away. Right. Fair enough. Let's switch guns. Oh, come on.
I've never seen such a radical mutation. Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution?
I've seen that radical mutation, I believe, at least 4 or 5 times now. Good. good doctor. I just saying. Like that explodey zombie type with the puss and so on. I've seen that plenty of times. Love letter, darling. Thank you for the precious perfume and the fur coat. I can't wait to feel your hands on my shivering skin, for only you, my hero, can make me feel that desired. Please come back to me soon, for I'm dying to press my timid bosom to your chest again. Yes, my beloved, my precious, come back to me, and I promise you a night of eternal and unbridled passion. Right now I'm wearing nothing but your last gifts. Oh yes, I'm burning for you, and I can't wait for you to share my untamable lust, your beloved Doris Fletcher.
So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
Okay. Cool story, bruh. But yeah, I need to, like, I think I can buy enough of the handle parts to upgrade the melee weapon, which I believe I really badly need to do, because damn, son. I'm curious. I see a hideout in the... Hi. I'm wondering if it's only on the other side of the thing, or could I go through the complex? Reed Mansion. Hi. Like, this has the icon of the safe house, but I'm not seeing any of the practical... Give us a minute, let's just look around a little bit. Oh! Hi, Mom! Do you remember anything about what happened a moment ago? There you are, hideout unlocked, cool. Small key for something. There we go. The game got a little framey on me there. Okay, regen things super needed. Blood things also needed. Stamina stuff expensive and not as such needed. Blood sample probably... yeah, there you go. Oh right. Might as well. Okay, let's see about upgrading the hacksaw. I would need 3 good handle parts. I already have 1. I can probably buy the 2 remaining. The other thing, the pump action shotgun. If I add 10%, 10%, and 10%, would that make it considerably better? That's 458. Cool. So 1 bigger magazine, less reload time. Okay, sure. Yeah, that'll be my new shotgun then. Okay, got it. That should work out. Refill book. There. Okie dokie. I'll eventually have a chat with the people here, but I'm kind of I have a singular quad, and I probably need to call it pretty soon. But I want to upgrade the weapon before I do. So, did you have good handle parts?
I may have.
Yes, and he has precisely 2. Very needed. I believe I think I have some of these, but tiny good handle part. That might be for the next time as well, or do it off. Let's just upgrade weapon, and then that'll be as good a time to because it's getting a little I'm already a little further today than I like I've already gone a bit longer today than I was intending, but I gotta upgrade the weapon. That's because it'll feel good to do, I hope. So here, add a bunch of damage, absorb blood when the weapon hits. Here's the question though. Now that I have the blood absorption on that one, should I actually make it a enhanced damage of 10% here instead and make it a 156 instead of 143? Because I think the blood absorption thing is, now that is a sort of a mandatory, it's already a 2.5. And the damage is, I need damage so badly. Plus, switching between these is not super expensive for my current setup of stuff, so... If I can buy and find more good handle parts, I could make it a perfect one as well. Which is... I don't know how many people sell good handle parts, but still. Okay, damn. That was a somewhat frustrating time at the end there, because damn, but I do feel this is an excellent stopping point for today. Let's see. Cool. But hey, thank you everyone for watching today. Has been a fun stream, even though it got a little frustrating at the end there. We're gonna raid You Found Emo. She's a nice lady who plays Skyrim, has a good fun time, is always doing them positive vibes and has a fun attitude and everything. And I also mod for her from time to time and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's do that. But I do hope everyone has had a good day. We'll continue to have a good day, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow, or the next time, whenever that is. Possibly tomorrow, but we'll see. Yeah. I'm wondering if I should stream something other in between, because I'm sometimes a little frustrated by this game, but we'll see about that. But in any case, have a good one, and I'll hopefully see you again next time, and bye-bye.